Good afternoon, everybody. It's Nikki here with my little dog Bella, and I want to talk about whether you are receiving you. Okay, that might sound like a funny question because maybe you don't even understand what that means. Of course, I'm receiving me. I'm me. Well, what if you're not actually listening to capital YOU and you're in your mind? Do you know that there's a big difference? Right? There's an infinite being that is here and it inhabits the body and it talks to you. And then there's the mind that's distracted by many things. So there's a lot of a talk, when we're growing up about what's your career going to be. You got to decide on a career, right? So that whole pressure is one reason why you might not actually be receiving you because you're listening. It's what you're listening to. You're listening to something saying that you should choose a career. You should figure out what you want to do with your life, right? So it goes into this mental machination, these decisions, all these things that you have to figure out. And once we get too much in the mental machinations arena, we're stuck with that kind of energy and we can't actually hear what we really want. So then when we do that, pressure to choose oftentimes creates, and might not be the only create thing, it might be fueled by ambition, right? So ambition is another energy. Ambition is an energy that pushes. And people who are super ambitious, they might really be connected to them. But what if most people, which is what I see, most people who are ambitious are not actually listening to themselves. They're taking what is their greatness and they're pushing it into some kind of category and trying to become big, right? Honestly, all we need to do is connect with each other and to contribute here. There isn't, let's see, how do I say, if you want to change the world, the thing you need to do is connect. We don't change the world just by making a decision. We're changing the world. It comes by connecting with people. So there's a sense of an energy of competition, right? Competition is another thing that keeps us from who we really are. So you might be really ambitious, or there might be you made a decision on a career or something to do with your life. I don't even care if it's just, raking leaves for your neighbor. You want to make sure someone else doesn't do that. Right? That sense of competition tends to create an energy that doesn't allow you to listen to you either. Right? Because the competition is almost it's a sense of scarcity. It's not about, I want to do this because this is what really brings me joy necessarily. It's, I got to beat the other people out so I can get more. There's a different energy, and those energies don't allow us to connect with who we really are, because when we're listening to who we really are, when we're listening, we're getting guidance. And then there's not as much energy of ambition or push or competition or any of that. There's more ease. Or you follow something and you see where it leads you. It may not lead you to the ultimate path. It might lead you to the temporary path that opens the next door, right? So anything that we do that is in the way of hearing ourselves is an inability to receive ourselves. And I got this last night, actually, myself. I was like, wait, I'm looking around and there's a lot of people who, some of them just have something to offer and become famous. Some of them are famous because they put a lot of eggs in that basket as a way to change the world or make their mark on the world or whatever reason they did that. But the true organic way to get out there and do what you want to do is to not care at all, to be genuinely what you want to be, doing what you want to do. And for many people, that means exploring, right? Exploring means trying on different things. No one ever said you had to do anything your whole life. There's plenty of people who are professional who've had many different kinds of careers, right? And you don't have to make the one behind, that happened last time wrong. It could just be the step that brought you to now, or it might have been fulfilling you one way and not another. Because the thing is, the bottom line is, receiving you is you're holistic. You're the person who makes yourself something to eat. You're the person who, creates or doesn't create the design of your house, right? Your space that you live in. You're the person who chooses the people you like to spend time with. You're the person who chooses the career you want, unless you're not choosing it for yourself. All of these kinds of things. And it took me in my life, choosing things that weren't exactly me or that I could contribute to for a while, and then unchoosing them and doing something different to find what really was me. And that story you can read on my website. I actually asked a question of the universe and screamed at it actually and told it, show me what I'm about to do, and I'm going to evaporate. So anyway, receiving, so for myself, realizing that there are a lot of people around me who are quite famous in my field, I realized like there's silent pressures that we have on ourselves to be something more than maybe we want to be, or we don't even want to do it that way. Whatever it took to be that isn't necessarily what I do. I'm an educator. And, people are like, wow, you have a school, like you teach all these kinds of things. You should just create a school of who you are and how you do stuff, which is, of course, I've started. But, not necessarily just in this, but in other things I teach. And but I had to really listen to myself, laugh at myself, and say, oh my God, the unknown silent ways that you choose to do something based on what you see out there or what you bought because you were told is a way to succeed or whatever are the inorganic ways to be you. The ones that are not natural, the ones that are harder. And so it's a really matter of asking yourself to show yourself, body show you a yes, body show you a no. I should do a post on that if no one knows how to do that. It's very, very simple. And it's used in kinesiology. And if some people use kinesiology instead, I use this because my body it just lights up. It has a sensation. It tells me a lot of things by sensation. And it's like, wow, is that true? Do I really not want to do that? And a lot of times people are they see a box that somebody has created of the way things have to do, and they start to unwittingly emulate that box as a way to get there. And so I realized that I had done that without me even knowing. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have to be anything except for who I am. These are the things you tell yourself at various times when you kind of notice that you're stuck, right? But sometimes they have larger energetic impacts than other times. I don't have to be anything that I don't want to be. So I get to listen to receive from me. Do I really want to do that? And all the judgments I have about, for example, how ambitious I am or how well known I am or how many clients I have or students I have or whether I have any at all, like that kind of thing. Those are not really relevant. To make a difference in this world is to connect to something, have a dialogue with it, and change it for the better, right? So, are you? Stop and ask yourself, truth. Do I really need to be doing all the things I'm doing? Do I want to do it this way? And see what you get. There'll be a pressure in your body, a sensation, a twist, a move, a turn. One way will be a yes, and one will be a no. Some people say light and heavy. That doesn't actually usually work for me. Never has. To me, it's been a sensation. Now, light and heavy are sensations, but many more varieties of sensations. And in 10 minutes, those sensations could change. You have to ask. So anyway, I hope this helps you, because to receive you is to start to listen to yourself. And if you feel like you're out of whack with you, If you just close your eyes and you ask to receive you, whatever infinite me that is trying to take care of me, you let it flow in. And then watch. It might heal your heart. It might heal your brain. It might heal your fingers. I don't know what it would do. And it might keep moving. I think the greatest thing that we've done in COVID is some of the pressure is off. Now, of course, a lot of people are suffering, right? But when you think of how a world reorients itself to some degree, it might be difficult, right? And so if we can listen more to ourselves, there'll be the sort of this slight push on your back. It's like wind behind the sail. You are pushing you. You know, the small y is the boat, and the wind is the capital Y, you. And it's pushing you, guiding you to what might create more of what you would like your life to look like, your work to look like, your family life to look like, whatever it is, than you can imagine. But you have to receive it. You have to receive the listening. And in the listening is from the silence. There's no judgment. There's no determination. There's no mental machinations. All that analytical stuff that I learned in business school and engineering and chemistry and all of that, it's not where that comes from. Those might be tools that you use for something, but you would use them in a different way if you use them from your knowing instead of from your mind. Yeah, I'm teaching that class on connecting to your body. It's a whole nother one. It's a 3-month one on connecting to your body as a way to know who you are. The more that you can connect to your body, release your body, have the sensational dialogue. It's a dialogue of sensation with your body. The more your intuition will increase. Your instinct, your knowing. Life will be easier. Right? Because sometimes we make choices, they're not for forever, they're just temporary. And a lot of times we are assuming that we don't want life the way it is showing up. So we're resisting the life that we have. If we resist the life that we have, then we're in conflict all the time. And it seems like you got to find another way to get out. What if you actually received the life you had? Maybe your apartment feels too small, or, maybe your job doesn't feel right. But what if you received everything and everyone in it and what it had to offer, like a flow that goes through your body, maybe heal you, maybe it keeps moving on, right? Through your body, out your body. What if that allows you not to accept so much as just to be in your life as you, the capital Y, infinite being? Okay, just food for thought. Try it and let me know what happens. Bye.